7 jack suited. We get a call from the dealer position, which is our friend. Not the worst flop in the world. Fairly connected. Looking for that 10, obviously. I check it. And we get the one big blind bet, as we always are quite accustomed to getting. I decided to lead out this time because I've gone from a gut shot to a double gutter. I'm looking for a 10 or a 6. He comes along. And what do you know? That 6 comes. So I was looking for 8 cards instead of 4 cards to come out. So I decided to go with a pot size bet, and we get the fold. Okay, ace queen in the cutoff position. I'm going to raise it up. I get jammed on, hoping it folds around. No, we got a call there, so what am I going to do? I'm going to jam it all in. I'm thinking ace queen's a pretty good hand. This guy doesn't want to come with me, surely. And they elect to fold. So, let's see what we're up against. We're up against kings, unfortunately. Let's see what the flop brings. 9 queen queen. So we were after an ace. We didn't want to get greedy and ask for 2 queens, but we got them. And now that was looking very hard for us to lose that from there. Just needed to fade the king. Here we have ace 8 offsuit. We get under the gun raise. We get the jam here. I'm obviously bounty hunting here. Looking for that sweet, sweet bounty. Unfortunately, doesn't show what the bounties are here. The opponent up the top comes along. What are we going to do? We check, and they bet. So we have done with the hand. Okay, down to 4-handed here. Obviously we've got a hand that we really like to see, the best hand ever. Aces, I'm going to raise it up to 2 big blinds. Give them some folds, and our good friend who's still over in that corner position, top right hand position, comes along. Don't generally like to see 3 cards of a suit that doesn't pair with mine, but checks along, and I'm going to put in a bet. Our friend that we don't really know what he's up to, decides to come. We get our ace. We would have preferred a green ace to the grey ace or the black ace, the ace of spades, but we get an ace, so we're not too upset. Now he doesn't seem too interested in coming along, so I'm just going to put a little bit out there. And what do you know? We have improved somewhat to quads. He's going to lead out for this classic 1 big blind bet. And I'm going to say that's not quite enough. Let's raise it up. And he's going to say, no, that is still not enough. That is still not enough. We're going to go for more. And this is exactly what you want to see when you've got quads. So please tell me I jammed here. Yeah, I jammed. Did he come along? And no, he folded. Ace 8 on the big blind. Let's come along, let's see what's going on. Ace 8. Our friend bets as he does, so I like to just come along when he does his one big blinds, because I figure a lot of the time ace high is gonna beat him anyway. He checks it. Now I put in a bet here because a check to me from villain 162 there in the corner suggests to me that he isn't too interested to continue on with this, so I decided to push it. However, this player here who has got, I've got 183 hands with them, 22-16. People with stats like that, I tend to respect a little bit more at the poker tables. They look pretty decent stats to me. Playing every 1 in 5 hands they'll play, and they'll raise 15-16% of the time as well. So I'm left with this person who I'm respecting more as a poker player. But I mean, this guy's done very well as well. Move on. They jam, and I get out of the way. Very next hand, I decide to call with 2-3, which is interesting. I hit the flop, which I'm happy about. So obviously I'm gonna smack out a bet there. We've got the backdoor flush draw as well. And my old mate, villain 162, comes along, and now I've got 2 pair. So I'm going to continue on. Really hoping for a fold. Comes along anyway. So right about now, I'm done with the hand pretty much. Checked away, and he checks too. Thinking I might be good when he checks through, but as you can see, he's got the 6. 10-5 suited. Let's see what mischief we can get up to a 10-5 suited. Now I'm just quite happy to check along with this guy. Now not a pretty good hand actually for 10-5 suited. Any 8 gives me a straight. Any spade gives, any diamond gives me the flush. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to villain 162. It's in the raise. I'm going to come along. Actually, I'm not just going to come along. I'm going to 3 times that bet. And my friend comes along and woo-shakalak. I've just hit B flush, so I'm feeling quite happy with that. Let's see what he does. I'm going to check it. Put about a 3rd bet. I'm going to call. So I'm a little bit, I don't really know what's going on here. But I'm quite happy with my flush, I must say. I get the check. I go boom. I jam it in. I'm just trying to put a bit of pressure on the guy. And what the crud? We have the call. Let's see what happens. King 9. He had a very good river there. So he's going to take that big pot, probably the biggest pot of the night. 10-5 offsuit. Let's see what's the go here. I check it off. We've got top pair. We're happy with that. So we're going to lead out. We get called. We're just going to continue betting just over half pot. We get the jam. So we've got a decision to make here. I figure top pairs should be pretty good. So we make the call. We got a very nice river card with the 5. What has the opponent got? 10-3. So that was anything higher than a 5, and we were splitting that one. I'm in the big blind here with ace-5 suited. We get jammed on here. I cover this player by a little bit. 3-handed, ace-5. It's a pretty good hand. Ace-5 suited. It's not a bad hand, so I decide to call it off. I figure I'm looking for this person's probably got an alright bounty. I'm just going to try and take that. May not be the right thing to do. Maybe the right thing to do, but let's see. For starters, that's the flop we want to see. That is a very, very good flop. That gives me an open-ended straight draw, and it gives me a flush draw as well. Onto the flush, and boom! We get the straight. The board does. I no longer have the nuts now because any pair of 4s, pair of 3s, pair of 6s, pair of 7s beats my straight now. What's villain at 1, 3, 4 got there? It's got the 2s. So basically, if we had ace king, we would have lost. So we're happier to have ace-5 in this position than ace king. And I have queen 6 offsuit. He calls, and I'm going to check that one. Very nice looking flop. We're just looking for one more spade to flush up. So I decided to put in the bet, 30,000, calls, and we get the card that we want to see. Only one hand beats this hand. That's a hand containing the ace of spades. So I'm going to bet it up. Get the call. Now the board pairs, which we don't particularly want to see. But it's not going to deter us at all. I'm going to put a bet at just under half pot. And we get the call. And he thought that the 3 of spades was going to be enough. In this case it wasn't. Here we have the ace queen suited, so we're going to raise that one. We get the 3 bet on us, and we go for the jam because we really want to get ace queen in with anyone really. Take that one down. 7-3 off in the big blind. Completes bet to me. Then we decide to put an early bet here. And we check, and they check behind, and the flush gets there luckily. So we figure there's not too many hands that beat us now. Well, no, there's actually a lot of hands, but we're going to have a dig anyway with our flush. And he's decided the ace might be good, which is good. Takes us to the final hand of the tournament. Can all probably know what will probably happen here. I've bent out ace jack offsuit. I decide to raise it up. He jumps in for 3 bet, and I jam. And we get a call. Let's see what he turns over. He's got an ace as well, but he's got the 5. Let's see what our flop is. So we're quite liking that flop, of course. And I hit my jack, so that pretty much well, that does it for me. I'm taking home the victory. And that's and that was the end of that. So I was in for the game for $2.20. Of course, I rebought right at the start, so that took it to $4.40. And I cashed out for $131 for a decent little chip up there. There were roughly 400 people in the 400 people in the tournament, so it was good to outlast them. As I said beforehand, I made a lot of mistakes, but I did some things well. Been trying to play a bit more aggressively, trying to put people in tough spots, trying to use the HUD as well to see how people play. Mr. Villain 162. At the end, his stats were 50, he was playing just over half of the hands, and he was raising very infrequently. He actually started raising a bit more when it got down to heads up, so that his pre-flop raise statistics went up towards the end there. Yeah, so as I said, I'm not a professional at anything. If you've got any comments you'd like to add in, or any improvements I can make, this is my very first hand analysis video that I've recorded. If there's anything you think I can improve on, if you think I blab too much, if I'm putting too much information in, if I'm not putting enough information into it, just let me know. I'd like to hear some feedback. Anyway, thank you very much.